שנייה מצלמים אותך ואתה כזה דרוך. אז פתאום לעשות משהו משוחרר ולהיות במגע עם אנשים היה נורא נורא כיף. זאת אומרת, די, זה כמו המאפר שלי היום, הוא אומר, אני לא רואה מאפר אותך, אמרת, מה יש לך? אתה איפרת אותי, עשית לי את הטסט הראשון לפני 15 שנה. אמרתי, וכאילו, אתה יודע, זה לא... אני זה אני זה אני, בקור, כאילו, בפנים אני נשארת... אני.
Hi guys, thank you for joining me here by the ocean to unbox the Wonder Woman training armor statue by Prime One Studio. So this is the Artbox, guys. I really love it. You know, a lot of it is just a solid black, but I really like it. There's the shield that I love so much. So this name stands out right here. It's Hossein Giba. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but if you don't know who that is, I can reference a few photos for you. Basically, he was responsible for helping to redo the face, the portrait on the half scale. And as you can see, his work is very beautiful. And I believe he showed a picture of the half scale. It was a collector's photo. Like one of the first 150 collectors that received that half scale. And he used that on his Facebook page. I believe the collector is Sean, right? He used that photo on his Facebook page. But yeah, check him out. Amazing work. So out of the art box, just to expedite the process a little. Love this cloth, beautiful. Base, lower body, upper body. Shield here. Sword is up here. We have the logo. Other pieces here for the base. And my heart. Beautiful. The base here first. So I'd like to fully assemble her first, then do a review and discussion. I think it would be more practical that way, considering all that I would like to say about her. Goes in the back, right? Ponytail. They captured the essence of the movie photograph pose, but could have widened her stance a bit for greater accuracy. A minor detail though, and I understand that would require an increase in width at the base or at the top of the steps, but I think this cracked stone effect on the steps add to the realism of actual stone, and it does look great. So we got some cracks here, some little holes, you got some shaving here at the bottom. However, I don't think that the steps were actually cracked in the movie. Everything was quite immaculate, I would say. So in the movie, the face of these steps have this Art Deco design. These lines are not here in the movie. And I'm thinking of a word right now, and just keep this word in mind for the next bit. And the word is curve. C-U-R-V-E. So, curve, curve, curve. These are curves. So straight line elements are actually what designers for Themyscira in the movie were trying to avoid. And I believe the reason behind this was curves were chosen to signify flow or fluidity. But I love it. I think it works. And it accentuates the straight lines of the emblem. And I believe that may have been the intent behind it. That's not telekinesis, a very good magnet, as is all the other magnets on the piece. And these lines also remind me of the lines on the base of the half scale. So I'm glad that this was removable. I was worried about this breaking during shipping. Like I thought it was just at the end here. Where this is, and I thought that, you know, this thing might break, but I'm glad it's removable. These gold metal spirals were absolutely gorgeous in the movie. The intent behind the design was to have it appear to be quite special because it housed the gift from the gods, which, as the story told us, was the God Killer sword. Honestly, a thought crossed my mind about hitting these with gold chrome spray paint to have it look more shiny and metallic, but I don't really want to go there with that. So the paint on these seem very thin, so I would be careful about scratching this. This shell-shaped structure behind her is actually Queen Hippolyta's throne, and she would sit right here. I don't believe we saw her seated on it during the movie. I think she was standing during the scene where Steve was brought in for interrogation. It's not metal, but it has a nice weight. I mean, it's polystone, right? So it feels great. I love the paint on it. In the movie, there are two other rings on each side, one on each side of this shell-shaped structure, and I believe those are seats as well, possibly for Antiope or Diana herself, or maybe Penelope, who is Antiope's younger sister. I'm thinking of Artemis also. Many great women there. So I like that this shell element from the movie was used here because it's open. And that's how it was intended to be for the movie. So it doesn't block the piece from behind. So you still have a view here from the back. So I love that this was used versus, let's say, the centerpiece in young Diana's bedroom, which I believe emulates a shield I can put up that picture for you guys as well. So this is an interesting contrast between the shell structure from the throne room and these gold medal spirals from the armory. So the throne room being this big, open, accessible space that you can imagine air blowing through, sunlight coming in. Whereas the armory is this secured, fortified, sort of out of reach structure. Right? And I love that we have these two elements, both quite identifiable and beautiful, together in this piece. I love the way that these symbols were done on the sword over the way they were done on the life-size replica sword that goes for $300. And that sword has a painted pattern, and it's these symbols are cut out. So not nearly as nice as it is here. I mean, this almost reminds me of Braille. So you can actually feel these symbols. These scale points on the dragons, they actually have a point to them. Same with the back of the sword here. I noticed that on the replica sword, they're kind of a smoother, well, not smooth, but more dull or rounded. So this is really, really nice here on these dragon heads. Another reason I like this from the Wonder Woman movie is I think it's an excellent match with the God Killer sword and the armor itself because of the gold. So unlike the shield with the half scale, where people mention not really being able to see it well because she holds it behind her, this shield is positioned in direct view. I like both statue versions, and I do have turntables for each, so it doesn't really matter. I could turn her around. So if you look at this Greek pillar here that I got, there's 4 points just like the base here, and it's almost a perfect fit with the base. It's a perfect fit, the base and this column. I also love the angle on the shield. Initially I thought that she was holding it straight down for some reason, but there's a slight upwards angle. I think what it is the movie photograph, she's holding it straight down, but this one has a slight angle and twist on it, which I love. And I like how you could interpret this as her possibly moving the shield upwards. So lastly, and speaking of the shield, I'd like to bring up the training lasso. She actually does have a lasso with this outfit. It looks black, but I would say it's more of a brownish color. The statue does not come with this lasso, but to the defense of Prime 1, we didn't really see much of this lasso in the movie during the Themyscira scenes. So coming back into the shield, it's not an issue for me, because if a lasso was present here, it would be blocked by the shield anyway. And I do believe that the left hip is the correct side for the training lasso, whereas the lasso is at her right hip with the hero armor. And how would you guys have felt about a bow and arrow switch out? It would be quite space consuming, vertically speaking. So high ceiling people, good job guys.